The biggest mega project in the world is going through the most difficult conditions, and every day it's one step closer to the end. But there are four small and simple mistakes that if they don't pay attention, the $500 billion mega project will fail. So the worst and biggest failure in the world is coming, and will Saudi Arabia's $500 billion go to the waste, or will they stop these mistakes? There are 5 scenarios for the Lion mega project. Most likely, one of them will happen. An important question that exists is this: will the worst possible scenario happen for this mega project? And will it stop forever? And why it's likely to happen? First of all, we should know what this project and is why it's being built. The Lion Neom is a groundbreaking urban project in Saudi Arabia that aims to create a linear smart city that is sustainable, innovative and human-centric. It's part of a Neom, a futuristic city in the desert that is envisioned as a global hub for technology, culture and tourism. The Lion Neom is a 170-kilometer-long linear urban development that stretches along the Red Sea coast of Saudi Arabia. It has no roads, cars or emissions. It runs on 100% renewable energy and preserves 95% of the land for nature. It has 3 layers, one for pedestrian, one for infrastructure and one for transportation. It uses artificial intelligence to monitor and improve the lives of the residents, who have access to the facilities within a 5-minute walk. The Lion Neom will house 90 million people and create 460,000 jobs. It will spur economic diversification and contribute $48 billion to the country's GDP by 2030. It will attract the best and the brightest from around the world, who will come to live, work and create in a place of unparalleled social and economic experimentation. This project attracted the attention of the many people around the world when it was the first release, and after only a few months, it reached over 49 million views on YouTube. The Lion Neom is designed to address some of the most pressing challenges facing humanity today, such as legacy infrastructure, pollution, traffic and human congestion. It's also aligned with the Saudi Vision 2030, which aims to transform the kingdom into a leading global destination and regional leader. The Lion Neom offers a world-class quality of life for its residents, who will enjoy an ideal climate all year round and a connection to the beauty of desert. They will also benefit from world-class preventive healthcare, education, entertainment and sport facilities. The Lion Neom also offers a place to the prototype businesses that are built around humans, not technology. It will be a cognitive city that predicts and reacts to what its residents need, not the other way around. It will also be a special economic zone that will facilitate trade and innovation across multiple sectors. The Lion Neom is inspired by some of the architectural fantasies from the industrial era, such as the linear city proposed by the Arthur Soria in 1882. It's also influenced by the vision of Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who launched the project in January 2021. The Lion Neom is planned to be the first development of a $500 billion project in a Neom, which covers an area of 26,500 square kilometers in the northwest of Saudi Arabia. The construction of the Lion Neom will use advanced technology, planning, logistics and modular construction to enable efficient delivery. The Lion Neom will consist of 4 regions: Trojana, a mountain destination; Oxagon, an industrial city; Sindala, a luxury island destination; and the Lion itself, which will connect them all. The Lion Neom is expected to open its first region for visitors in 2024. Well, now that we know what is the Lion, we come to the 5 possible scenarios. Before that, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell if you want to see more videos like this. Scenario number 1. As you know, the project is located in the middle of desert, so the presence of mountains can make this project impossible to continue. These mountains are not visible at the beginning, but will appear when the part of the project is completed, as you can see in a picture. Of course, they are aware from these mountains, and some solutions to cross them were devised by the best architects and engineers of the Beast Lion project. But these are only temporary, and they still don't know what difficulties these mountains can pose to them. Due to the terrain and height of the mountains, crossing them seems very challenging, and the high cost of doing so can halt the Lion project forever. The Saudi government will have to bear the high costs because the Lion project has become one of the most important mega projects in the world. The failure of these mega projects due to the mountains can raise doubts about Saudi Arabia's capabilities and cause great damage to its economy, because the Lion project is supposed to diversify and contribute $48 billion to its GDP by 2030. The probability that the mountains will stop the project is low, but what about the second scenario? Scenario number 2. The proposed budget for the Lion project is currently $500 billion, which is roughly twice the net worth of the richest person in the world, Elon Musk. However, this amount will likely increase if the project faces many environmental challenges and unexpected obstacles. This could double the cost to the $1 trillion, and that would be equivalent to the third of the entire Apple company's value. You may think that this amount is affordable for an independent government like Saudi Arabia. That may be true, but the important issue is whether this mega project will be worth $1 trillion or not. Otherwise, it could be an economic crisis for Saudi Arabia. Therefore, completing the project within the expected budget can be one of the most important goals of the Lion project. What do you think? Is the Lion project worth $1 trillion for future living or not? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments below. What would happen if this mega project changed its purpose? Before I tell the third scenario, subscribe to High World channel and turn on the notification bell. Scenario number 3. The Lion project is planned to be the residence of 9 million people and to span 170 kilometers. However, if it faces difficulties and challenges, there is a possibility that its use will change. That means instead of building the whole 170 kilometers, only a small part of it will be completed and used as a resort and tourist destination to attract visitors and boost the country's economy. Of course, this is not the main goal of the Lion project, and it is unlikely that all investors will agree to this. But if the Lion project changes its purpose, it will cause a lot of harm to the construction sector and the economy of Saudi Arabia. It will have a negative impact on Saudi Arabia's reputation and vision. It will barely be able to compensate for its losses by attracting tourists. Of course, changing the use doesn't mean that they can't make any profit at all. Saudi Arabia has tourist attractions that generate millions of dollars for the country's economy every year, and the Lion project could also join them. But what do you think about the likelihood that the Lion project will change its function and the weight from its original intention? Let us know in the comments below. Scenario number 4. But before we continue, please make sure to like the video. The Lion project is designed to accommodate 9 million people and to extend 170 kilometers to achieve its main objective. But what would happen if obstacles such as the mountains, harsh environmental conditions in Saudi Arabia, or financial problems hinder the construction of the entire project? In this case, this mega project would be smaller than its final target. For example, if only half of the project could be built, 4.5 million people would live in the 85-kilometer stretch of the project. It would definitely be the best option if there was no alternative way to complete the project. because it would be better than the changing its purpose. But even in such a situation, the Lion project would probably still be one of the biggest mega projects in the world. Of course, even if only half of the project was built, it would be considered one of the best mega projects of the future. But let's move on to the last and fifth scenario, which we hope will happen for the Lion project. But before that, please subscribe to our channel. Scenario number 5. Unlike the first 4 scenarios that led to the failure of the Lion projects, the fifth scenario is in the best situation. The project will be completed with a budget of almost $500 billion by 2030, and they will cross the mountains that blocks the project with the modern design and within the budget. The completion of the project will be a great boost to the Saudi economy because recently one of the project managers reported on the good progress of the project to the journalists. Moreover, in the fifth scenario, there is no need to change the purpose anymore. Saudi Arabia takes the lead in the construction and hosts a large number of tourists from all over the world. A new way of living began. All these 5 scenarios are possible, and there are only thing we can do is to wait and see which one of them will happen. Please let us know what you think in the comments below.